My studio's still jacked up. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is gonna be the most random squirrel theme server thing, update stuff, everything, but it's related to servers and home automation, home assistant, and you know, a Threadripper processor. So just bear with me. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get this party started. If you saw the last video, so this is the new Threadripper. It's a 3990. This is something that somebody sent to me. I got it set up. I wanted to test the motherboard. Everything works. Turns out this is not 128 gigs of RAM. This is actually 32 gigs of RAM. So I need to go digging and find that and upgrade that. Not a big deal. Anyways, right now I installed Proxmox on that, and I've been playing with Home Assistant, which has been a rabbit hole, and it has sucked way too much time of my life. Hours. Okay, hours. I couldn't let go. I just had to keep messing with it. It was so interesting. I wanted to get all the configurations, test everything, get it all hooked up. I couldn't let it down. I'll show you. This is my screen that I have right now. It's not finished. It's not perfect. Everything doesn't work like it is, but I have stuff to do that is due before to the end of the month. So I have to put it down and I have to focus. Problem number one. I have not got any cooler. This cooler does not belong in there. It's not even tied down. It's literally set on top of there. I can't do too much with it because it'll overheat, and that's not really... Anyways, problem number one. Where the hell am I going to put it? I don't know what case to put it in. I've been looking at cases. I don't want to spend money. Tax season stuff. Where am I going to put this? But then I thought to myself, hey, you guys remember ZEUS? I almost threw that away. To me, it was worth nothing. I almost threw it away. But now I'm about to rip it out. Let's check this out. Oh my God, this thing actually works. Check this out. They're making these tools that fit DeWalt battery. I even got this one over here, but check this out. Soldering iron. If you're out, you're doing something, you don't have a soldering, like a plug-in. Let's check this out. Get this warmed up. Oh yeah. Right there. It's not perfect, but I mean, all right, that was just, I'm trying to one hand and just demonstrate it. But that's pretty cool. Automatically feeds. And then even cooler stuff. Like, hey, you want to do something? Boom. You got a portable, on the go, hot glue gun. Battery powered. I just love this kind of crap. Oh yeah, there we go. Check this out. It's right there. It's right. It's somewhere. God, I got so much crap. Ah, it's right there. I just gotta move some stuff over here. Is that good? I don't know. Boxes. Some more boxes. You know what this goes to. Like, what was this? I forgot I had these NASs. What is this? This is a WD My Cloud. Okay. Synology is... Wait, is this an expansion or is that an actual NAS? I don't know. Hey, I forgot about this. This is the Dell, I think it's an R210. Yeah, R210. This is my old PF Sense router. I completely forgot about this thing. Holy crap. And this is just some like old crappy 48 port PoE, some unknown brand like Cisco or something. I don't know. Probably throw this away. There we go. There we go. Look at Old Faithful. I don't even remember what the insides of this thing looks like, but I cannot wait to open it up and see what I can fit in there. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, where am I gonna work on this? I'm running out of space to work on. Here we go, right here. Yeah, look at that OG Plex logo. All right, it's been so long. I don't even remember what the inside of this looks like. Oh, no screws, perfect. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I forgot how jank that was. Yeah, custom made, totally. Okay, this brings back some memories. 2 power, no, 1 power supply. I have the option for 2, do I? Well, that kind of sucks. I've been really spoiled by having multiple power supplies. Here's the reason why I originally was just like, you know, it's trash to me, I don't want to use it, right? Because they build these systems, right? And they're just like designed for around the motherboard, right? Or the case, whatever. So it's not like an ATX where you can just slap in whatever motherboard you want to. You kind of have to go with what's in there. So it limits your possibilities. Let me give an example. This is the back. Look at this. This is the back. Notice something? Yeah, it doesn't have the same, like, if you have a motherboard right there, right? It doesn't have the same just like cutout or whatever, and you put the motherboard in there. It's not the same, right? This is not the same. This is meant specifically for this server grade motherboard. That's what it's meant for. This. That's it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take everything out. I'm gonna disassemble the out of this thing right now, and I'm just gonna get a better idea of what it looks like with everything ripped out. Because why not? Start with the power supply. I want to see what this thing can run, actually. Oh, there we go. One little power supply. What do we got? What do we got? Output 1,000 watts. Okay. Now I wonder if this is. Oh, okay, cool. I just need to get another one. There we go. I got my light, got my screwdrivers, got my beer. I am ready to take this thing apart. Oh, man, look at that expert craftsmanship right there. Oh yeah, that was all done with a Dremel. That was early years. It worked, it cooled it down, it kept everything. I mean, good going Noctua, because they provided those fans, and that actually did pretty good for me. Man, that's a stupid ass design. Like, don't you agree? Yeah, watch. Okay, look at it. Okay, calm down. Get these cards out, right? You have to unhook this thing. So you have that little screw right there, right? Not very easy, because you can't get a screw there, because, you know, it doesn't work like that. So in order to do that, you have to go through that little hole right here. The problem is, look how that hole aligns with this, right? So I have tried so many different things. I got all these different screwdrivers. I'm sticking it like in the hole, get it over there, right? It doesn't align. Look at that. Look at that. I can't get it over there. It doesn't work. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll go with a smaller one. Stick that in the hole, all right? And oh, no, it doesn't fit either, right? Because the tip of this doesn't work. Maybe I need a longer skinny one. Stick that in there. Look at that. So close, but it doesn't work. Oh, that is stupid. But look at this. I bought this, never used it, never thought I'd ever have to use it. But now I think this is going to be it. So check this out. So this is like a wrench or whatever, and it's like you can put a drill bit or a bit in there. Just comes out like that. And then you can just use it. And then you can just use it like this in those really tight spaces that you don't actually do it. So yeah, screw you. Wait a minute. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. This is too big? What the? Oh. To be clear, this screw's coming out. I don't know how much destruction is going to happen, but it's coming out. All right, I put the bit, and then I use this to turn it. And now I got it. That was just absolutely yeah. This thing comes out. Oh, there we go. That's pretty cool. Look at that. For the life of me, I don't remember what CPUs these are. Let's see. Intel Xeon E5 2658 or 2650. There's two of them. So there's that. Yeah, I'm sure somebody would, you know, like be able to use them for something, but they are power hungry. They're not super powerful, and they're old. And this thing is at least 46 years old. I'm pretty sure that we were not capable of flying. Like, this is before the Wright brothers. Like, that's how old these things are. But I do have to be honest, since I have not messed with this in so long, I forgot so many specs about it, like the CPU. I don't even know what kind of RAM it has. So let's pull this out. Let's see. This has, look at this. What is this? 8 gig DIMMs. Looks like PCI, it's DDR3, right? I have 4, 8, 16. So I have 16 times 8, whatever that is. God, that is a lot of sticks for 128 gigs of RAM. But hey, you know what? It was great at the time. Man, this is going to be interesting trying to get something to fit in there other than what this board is supposed to be. But, you know, I'm going to try. All right, so this is a super old, it's X99. Yeah, so this is an X99 board. Pretty sure this has a 5960X. It was originally in my DVR thing. But anyways, this is an EATX board. The board that I have for the Threadripper is just a regular ATX board. It doesn't matter. The bolt patterns are still the same. But just to give you an idea on the fitting here, which I'm going to try not to ruin the board. It's not a big deal if I do, but I mean, that's basically the idea, right? Kind of, sort of. So let's go over here. Let's check this out. So there's, yeah, none of the cutouts. And in terms of like the PCI slots, stuff like that, I don't really have. Yeah, so there's going to be some things to figure out. If I can get this to fit, which I'm going to use this as my little dummy thing just to get it to fit. If I can get this to fit, then I can get the other one to fit. Looking at it though, it kind of looks like with the screws and everything here, it looks like this whole thing might be removable. So I'm going to go through here and just like see if I can take that out. I'm feeling a lot better about this right now. Before I was like, this ain't going to work. I'm just going to tear it apart, throw it away, whatever. But check this out. Removed a few screws. Look at that. Oh, I'm getting excited. This actually might work. I mean, this is just like the back plate. So, hey, you know, cool, take that out. But then you take that out and then you get everything exposed. And since I only have one power supply, I don't want to buy like another server grade power supply or whatever. I know this puts them together, but this hole looks like it could fit a regular power supply. I just gotta... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not sure if I'm doing this right, but I took out all these little screws here, but I'm like, I don't see, like this seems. Oh, okay. Oh, hello. Oh, pretty clear now. Look at this. Like that's pretty clear. This. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. That looks like a big enough hole for a real power supply. Well, a real consumer power supply anyway. So now that stuff. Got all the power connectors taken out. Now, like, okay, I got a bunch of screws right here. I'm just going to take out all of the drive bays and just kind of take a look at the front here. And here's the thing about this server is that this is so old. I know that this is, I can't remember what the name is. Anyways, the back plane is slow. It's like 2 versus the 3rd gen is out there. So that's kind of a limitation. But anyways, taking that apart. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's the first drive cage. That one's probably got 1,000 more screws, but hey, there's the first one. Look at that. There's the back plane. I'm gonna look to see if these back planes are like upgradable. I don't know if they are, but I'm going to look to see if they are. Man, I've been messing with this thing forever, trying to figure out how the hell do you get that bottom one out. I've taken out all the screws and everything. There's nothing else underneath it. Nothing. Wait, is that a screw? No. Okay, so there's nothing else to take out. For some reason, this thing will not come out. But then, this is stupid. So I'm wiggling this, all right? It's a freaking sticker. So that means I gotta peel the black sticker off, probably on both sides. How dumb is that? Come on, just give me some screws. Oh, there's those hidden screws. Yeah, it's all about that freaking sticker. By the way, I'm fully aware I don't have to break this entire thing down, but the reason why I'm doing that is because if I'm going to put a Threadripper CPU in here, I want to make sure that I got all the power, I got everything that I need. If I have to replace parts, like I just want to make sure before I go buying a bunch of stuff, this case is going to work, or I should just buy another case. Also, since this thing takes 24 drives, I do want to at least like take it apart and look at the part number for the back planes and see if there's like any upgrade path, anything that maybe would make it better to be a little bit more suitable for a Threadripper, if that makes sense. Also, never taken it apart before, so a little curious. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, taped. It's taped on there. Yeah, that's great. That's fancy. Whatever. That's cool. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Boom. Okay. There we go. As I said, this is an ATX, this is an EATX, but the ATX has the same little bolt patterns right here. So a lot of these match up except for the ones on the end because it was a lot bigger of a motherboard. So this is just a matter of taking this apart, right? And then moving it over to here, just rearranging them. Not a big deal. Okay, whatever, I'll screw them in, but not a big deal. And then when I put in the other motherboard, it'll fit just fine. So, you know, getting the motherboard to fit isn't the big deal. It's figuring out what I want to do with the back. Okay, I have a choice to make. All right, listen. Look at this. So that is the power supply. I just I set it in there, right? This is the power supply, combines power supplies. And then this is a Roswell, I don't know. I don't even know if this works, but I was just using it just for sizing. And can you just, thank you. Okay, so look at that, right? Look at that. This is a little plate that comes out. Okay, so the screws right there, and then you have two on the bottom. So as it sits, if I were to screw holes to put that in there, I would only have two screws here at the top holding it in there. And unless I made a bracket or something to hold it in on the other side, or maybe if I scooched it all the way over to the side, like it would basically be like that, which isn't, you know, terrible. That would allow me to use a regular power supply. And here's the reason why. Look at this thing, okay? Look at this thing. So this thing is a 12, or no, actually it's a 1,000 watts, 1,200 if you run a 240. So it's a 1,000 watt power supply. And I'm looking at putting a Threadripper, God, what is that, 280, plus the motherboard, plus potentially, let's just say 24 hard drives, right? Plus a 3080, probably, at least, in the system. So you take all of that, and if you stress it, you're going to go over 1,000, or at least potentially stress it to the point of failure, right? So yeah, you might have two power supplies giving you enough power, but if for whatever reason one fails, your whole system's going to fail because you don't have enough power. I mean, this is a Threadripper. This is something that takes power, and if you're throwing in graphics cards, possibly multiple graphics cards, because I don't know what I'm going to do with this Proxmox yet. I might add in some other things. I don't want to be limited by all the generic crap that came with it. So now that I know that this will fit, maybe with a slight, oh, come on. Oh, what are you doing? Okay, with a slight amount of modifications, I can get whatever power supply I want to put in there. This is just not built for what I'm trying to do. I have rearranged all of the mounting screws here, so this is ready for ATX. Now I just got to look at, think about, and consider what I'm going to do with the backplate. Looking at this doesn't seem that bad. Check this out. So it's in there right now. All I have to do is trace out an area, Dremel that whole thing out, right? And I have my cutout. Not that big of a deal. I'm gonna have to Dremel some of this stuff out too because, you know, screw that stuff. Once I figure out what I need, I think just, you know, because you have this, right? Look at these. This is where the holes the PCI. I think that I can Dremel enough, drill in some holes, and actually have a spot to mount everything that I need. This actually fits a lot better. All right, I put 3 screws in, so 1, 2, 3, just because the screws actually lined up. and this is the thing that I have to do, and this is the hole that I have to cut. So I put the screws in, that way I can just mark out exactly what I need to cut in order to get that to, you know, work or whatever. But it's not too far off, so that's not bad. I'm really not that far off. In fact, like, oh man, this is gonna be easier than I thought. A little bit of Dremel, that's fine. I love dremeling. I started this video like, hey, this is gonna be all over the board, but really it just turned into me building a computer server. So here's the outline. Let's be honest, that is not bad, okay? That is not bad. Of course, the true test is putting it in here. I'm gonna put in one screw, and I'm gonna see how this thing lines up. I want a little too big, just a little bit, not a lot. Okay, it's kind of a lot, but I want a little too big. But overall, it fits. I think that's pretty nice. It lines up well, that's pretty good. I have a plan. I think it's gonna work, probably. And I'm about to cut the rest of this like square from here to there. Just cut all of that out. I'm not gonna cut out the top because, you know, you gotta screw it in and all that, but cutting that out. I might have cut too much. Man, I might cut just a little bit too much. Anyway, there's the cut. God dang it. Holes might not line up. I'll make it work, but I'm just saying I might have cut too much. Maybe. Okay, so look at this. So if you push, I just kind of push these in. If you push this in and you line it up with this one, with the hole, I have enough room. Oh yeah, which should be the same if I'm lining this one up. If I push that, there you go. So if I'm lining that one up, boom! Yep, definitely eyeballing the shit out of this. You are witnessing a whole, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like marking holes, drilling, cutting, and just kind of winging it as I go along. So as I was doing this, whatever, walking upstairs, I was like, how do I screw it in? But you know, I'm like, whatever. I have a, here you go. Got a drill bit. I'm gonna have to worry about the screwing in part later. I have drill bits. So here's the idea I just come up with. I have holes. I don't have threads. However, I did bring a screw with me. So if I force the screw through the hole, maybe it will make a thread. And I get this. This fits. That fits that pretty well. It's way better than a Phillips. So I'm gonna see if maybe this works. I'm gonna try it. Let's try this one first. Holy crap! Holy crap! Holy crap! Guys! I just made threads! Just made the freaking threads! Oh my god, that works so much better than I thought it would! Oh, this just works! Dude, look at that. I'm making threads. Yes. Those are threads. Those are threaded. I can actually thread in a normal screw. Look at that. They're perfect. Got every single screw on the motherboard plugged in. Here's the moment of truth. I'm just gonna go with the 2080. I mean, it'll be good for now. I'm gonna see if this thing lines up, and then I'm gonna see if this thing screws in. All right, it kind of sort of lines up. I'm gonna go with it. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I don't know if I can. Where's my screwdriver? There it is. Okay. All right, let's see if I can do this one-handed. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Oh, maybe I can do it one-footed. Oh, damn it. Little bit of tension on there. Maybe the lines or the holes didn't line up. But let's see. Let's see. Is this gonna go in? Oh, it's a little tight. It's a little tight. You know what I need? I need an automatic screw. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, boy. Yeah, this is it. This is working. This is perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's in there. Oh. It's so tight. It's in there. It's perfect. It's perfect. Look at that. Look, it's perfect. When you get to a point where you're like, okay, everything fits. For some reason, everything worked exactly how I didn't plan it. And I'm just assuming something is going to go wrong. Okay, so it got to be like 7 a.m. in the morning, and I spent a lot of time trying to look around. I'm not even going to show you the house, but I was trying to look around for this, which I found hidden in a box for some reason. This is the old build. This is what I used as my workstation before I upgraded to my 13900K. The other RAM that I thought I had in there that was 128 gigs was not. This is actually 128 gigs. So I wanted to find this because Proxmox 128, come on. But these were definitely worth finding. It's 128 gigs actually. The 32 gigs it just doesn't get you very far. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? Yeah, you do. It's the same style. It's got the same RGBs, got everything. These are just, 4 times as big. So different speeds too. So this is 3200, this is 4000, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. There you go. It's at this point, before I go any further, that I want to just power it up, hook it up to the power supply that I got over there, and just make sure everything works. Also boot up Home Assistant, make sure that works, just do a little check. Kind of makes me wonder though, should I paint this? Should I do something to make it stand out? I mean, this is ZEUS REBORN. Should I keep it dirty? Should I keep it nasty? Look at that beautiful spread. I know it's just for the temporary, barely working one. Doesn't even cover everything, but I still have to figure out what cooler I'm going to get, how I'm going to cool it, and that's part of all this, is getting the case together, figuring out what kind of space, and then trying to figure out what cooling solution is going to be the best. Because this Threadripper can take a lot of power, and it can produce a lot of heat. So, yeah. But this works for now. Oh, yeah. Look how crappy that looks. I hooked up my little homemade fan array just so I could have some case fan air moving, and then got everything plugged in. Got all the case fans plugged in. I think I have everything good. So now I'm going to power it on, just make sure it works. It's probably going to have to relearn the memory. But so far, so good. Is this on? Yeah. I think that's in standby, so that should be good. Man, that first boot. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Nice. Proxmox, There we go, baby. I know that everything works. This is pretty much about the only way I can mount this. It's gonna have, there's a screw right here, so I push this over as much as I can, and there's 2 screws up here. So I have to drill 3 holes, and it's only gonna be held by 3. There's really nothing inside here, at least so far, that I can use to re-secure it. So it's all just gonna be kind of dependent on that. But I have to figure out how to line up the holes and make sure that I drill them in the correct spot. There was probably a better way to do this, but this is how I did it. Using a card and a marker, I was able to basically just kind of like line up where this thing's lining up, and then I put the card down, kind of traced out where it was, and then laid that card on there, and then drew, like poked a hole in it. See that? And then once I poked a hole in it, I relined it back up, and then I marked where they go. So I don't know if that's going to work, but let's go try. I don't know. If you look there, see that? I think I need to take a file and maybe just like file out just the indentation so that can go in there, kind of like how that's indented right there. So, I mean, that won't be much, just filing that out, I guess, a little bit if I want to. I kind of do, because I don't really like, I don't know, maybe that's not that bad. Maybe it's not worth it, but it does fit exactly as intended, and it's got 3 of them. It's pretty sturdy. I think overall did a pretty good job. Just had a... Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh man, I just barely got it. I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's just really, this just losing this. There you go. It's just really tight. Look at that. Look at that. Now that I have this fit, I have everything in there, fits perfectly. The only thing that I think I need to do right now is that I need to get rid of this metal, right? So this has a vent, air vent, and all that other stuff. It's not meant for this type. I've modified it. So I just need to full send the modification and pretty much just take this up. So take this cut, take it all the way up, probably to somewhere right around there, and then over, and then down. Something like that. Man, this is the most hacked together, janky computer build I've ever done. But now it's wide open. Perfect. This is definitely not turning out to be the cleanest build. I mean, I'm just cutting metal. There's a bunch of space. But everything's fitting, kind of. I mean, now that I got that mounted, right, it's sturdy. Yeah, see, I mean, there's just a little bit of movement there, but that's, I mean, that's held on there pretty good. So I'm happy with that. I don't like that I have this space right here, but I don't really know what to do with that. I'm happy with how, actually, I'm not really happy with how gapped that is. I probably could have did better, but I didn't. So here we are. Got that little space is what it is. This is definitely a little jank. But again, is what it is. Overall, I think I'm ready to probably find a cooler. Okay, since I'm basically rebuilding ZEUS, you know, this is ZEUS 2.3.0, whatever you want to call it. Since I'm rebuilding this case, yes, it has 24 drives. And before, it used 3 HBA cards, and they're the whatever 8 eyes. And, well, I need to find a way, or I have found a way, but I'm waiting on it to come in the mail. In order to hook up all of the backplanes, because it's 6 separate backplanes, it requires 6 separate mini SAS connectors. And in order to basically get, I still need to be able to have 10 gig, because for some reason this motherboard does not have a 10 gig port on it. So I have to add a dual 10 gig NIC. So that's burning a port right there. And then I only have that one little tiny, that's a 4X slot, and then an 8, the other one is a 16. So I have to basically make sure I have enough PCI slots in order to get everything in, and having one HBA card that will be able to handle all of those backplanes is going to be the best option. So that's on order. I reached out to Twitter, and Wendell replied. Thankfully, he was like, yeah, you need this. It's like $400. So I have to wait for that. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this because I got to a really good stopping point. I got things mounted. Everything seems to fit. Did a lot of dremeling, did a lot of drilling.
everything seems pretty good. Proxmox is up. Home Assistant's running, which, by the way, is kind of interesting. I need to get some touchscreen stuff. I really need to figure out the whole cooling situation. But for right now, in terms of just sitting there, right? As long as I don't stress this thing too much, it does really well, I think. Actually, Proxmox has no way to monitor the temperatures, so, and I just assume if it doesn't shut down, it's okay. But that is the state that it is in. Let's see if I can get over here. You see that? I did a little bit of management just to kind of keep it out of the fans. Yeah, there we go. So I have fans blowing onto it to help keep some of this thing cool. I don't have anything running on the 10 gig. I'm just using the 1 gig NIC. This card is, yeah, not everything's being used because it's just kind of doing testing right now. But it is stable, it's reliable, and so far I'm happy with it. I got to worry about this, but first I want to take a second and I want to figure out, do I want to spray paint this like a really crappy matte black? I don't know. I'm really kind of leaning towards yes. It's like a Frankenstein ZEUS build. Guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this kind of content because I'm finally getting excited about new hardware that's fast AF, and I cannot wait to see what it can do. It has so many cores, so much RAM, and I am now obsessed with Home Assistants. So there's that. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and have yourself a fantastic day.